That's how I view the like campaign. It's just dead money. Last week was a tough week. Had a death in the family, so that really occupied my entire week, which it's interesting to sit out and reflect on. You know, you just never know when you're going to be out of action, you know, when you can't, like literally I wasn't in a headspace to even operate on a, you know, even a moderate satisfactory level. You know, obviously when things like that happen, it you know, can shake and rattle you. And it was good to know that, you know, everything was still going on here at CMG. And again, it's just a testament of putting in the hard work, putting in the time, effort, energy, focus to be able to get the business to a position where that is achievable. You know, I know if I was solopreneuring it still and something like that happened, I'd just have to shut the business down for a couple of weeks. It just wouldn't operate. You know, and it also just reflects how much responsibility, you know, I do have, not only to, you know, our clients, but, you know, to our team and to our team's families and my own family. And I've only been able to really the last couple of days be able to take a bit of a step back and really assess that. You know, a few years ago when a dear friend of mine, she passed away, and I was there as well for that. And, you know, when something tragic happens, it allows you to really see life through the lens in which you really, I feel, you really need to be paying attention to that part. It shows you what's important. It really minimizes the things that you think are tough. Makes you far more aware of what's really important, the things that you need to be focusing a lot more time on. So it was a tough week. It was you know, still trying to juggle that, and we also had something else going on at the same time, which was causing me a massive headache. But you know, it's times like that where the real you shines. You know, it's rising through the ashes and taking control and responsibility of what needs to be done. The world doesn't stop, unfortunately, although it would be good to have a remote where you can just pause it for a few seconds and take a breath and fast forward it, maybe rewind it a few times as well. Part of what I need to be aware of is, you know, and I say this to the team, it's like when you're walking through the door, make sure you're walking through the door, you know, showing up as the person that you really want to be showing up as. And, you know, for me, it's trying to still keep a strong front, you know, remain the person that I know I need to be to the team, to our clients and all of that, but also still making sure that I'm going through the process that's needed for something that's obviously tragically happened. So it's a good test. I always look back and look from these, and I've learned so many lessons in the last week alone. It's easy to say that it'd be nice to learn the lessons without someone passing, but I think it just gains perspective, just brings perspective back to what really matters. Should I am. Yours can't be, you're going on holiday. Yours should be, you're going to put out the most productive day's work today because it's your last day. That's what it should be.
What's your aim?
Just purchased a new home, so you guys have to work way harder.
Purchased a new home. It's like Dan Fran saying, purchased a new t-shirt with holes in it.
Well, that's like you saying
Because I worked,
your win
you know?
was waking up.
Well, fuck, it was waking up.
Then realise I have to work for another 40 years. We need to just go straight with a conversion ad to those interest group, because it's not like they're a brand new account. Like, we don't need to build up an extra 10 likes at $2 a like, 20 bucks gone. And you know, it's where we could just be going direct to conversion. There's a number of I guess, pieces of value to having fans. One is it adds credibility, right? It instantly, no matter what you do, even if you've gone and bought 1 billion fans from Rwanda or something, right? And they're just bots. There's still purpose in having, like, you could still see the value in that. You go, well, that person's got what? 1 billion fans, or 1 million fans, or 50 million fans, or 90,000 fans. For some of our pages, we can get a lead for just the same amount of cost as it does to get a fan. So I'd go straight in for the lead. So it's very industry dependent. It's very brand dependent as well. Yeah. So what I'd do is I'd target their entire fan base. I wouldn't build up a new likes campaign. That's to me, that's dead money. That's how I view the like campaign. It's just dead money. It's too slow of a strategy. Like, if we're trying to build up some likes over 4 days, and then we're going to retarget those 20 new likes Like it just doesn't make sense. It's important to note as well, and I know like a lot of people watch the videos and I might be talking about something even on stage or whatever I'm doing. Don't just take what I've said as gospel in every avenue, right? Like you could hear a soundbite here, and I know I was talking to one of our team members the other day and I said, you know, it's basically dead money utilizing Facebook likes. But that doesn't mean that's it for every campaign, your industry, your product, your service, whatever it is, right? You know, and I'm sure common sense would prevail there, and you would have to think that you wouldn't go, oh, but Brett said it's dead money. Well, I was talking to a team member about that specifically because I know that campaign and I know the audience and I know the brand. So, you know, and this goes in general when you're watching any other person's content or you're reading anything, just because it doesn't work here, it doesn't mean it's not going to work over there. I definitely want to get some conversion ads with the goal of conversion, because what we're trying to get someone to do is put their name, email, phone number versus a PPE. PPEs are great to get engagement on the post. There's a different type of person. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely a conversion type person. And what I mean by that is my behaviors on Facebook is around conversion. So I get put every opt-in page you could imagine in front of me because I always go through them, right? So I've got that buying, that intent, where there's a lot of people out there who just engage, look, and never click through and never do anything. They just engage with the ad, like, share, comment, or something like that. They'll be getting more of those type of ads. Does that make sense? People just go and willy-nilly just go and select ads because they think, oh, I'll try traffic because it sounds good because I want traffic to my website. But I don't just want traffic to my website, I want conversion. So it's really important to line up the conversion type with what you're actually trying to do. Now there's very, very, very powerful strategies where you can utilize all three simultaneously to be able to end up getting the end result, which is what we want as conversions, right? It's not that I just use conversions or we just use conversions. We use all the variables, but you've got to use them in the right place at the right time in front of the right person. We should be able to, I believe, be able to get leads for about $10. Some even less, once we start refining and mining it. Because I see how this strategy will work really well, ending up finding a great interest group or great targeting group and creating different multiple variations. Because we do need to have an image variation as well. There's massive value in going direct conversion. And I say this because I've done it, generated hundreds of thousands of leads this way. Like it's just, now I'm not saying that's going to be the best way moving forward. Maybe this like campaign thing could be amazing, but I feel we need to put our best foot forward and we need to roll with that. Like a direct call to action ad. You know, I've never professed to know everything or to profess that I have the best ideas. I've got some really good ones, but I love being challenged. I love workshopping with team members. I love when they come up with ideas that I'm like, shit, I haven't even thought about that. The problem that many people can have, the solopreneurs or the business who's, you know, they got one person doing their Facebook ads, you're really putting yourself into a silo of just that person's thoughts. You know, one of the, you know, I guess major importance is what we want to be offering here at CMG is the ability to have a collective approach. You know, many different minds coming in together, putting them in the pot, stirring it right up and whatever pops up. So a lot of the times, you know, I might be talking to a prospect who's looking to hire our services and we'll be talking, yeah, look, we could do this strategy, there's this potential strategy. And then when we get into the cauldron with the team and we do our key stakeholder meetings and we really, really refine and get to know the customer better than they know themselves, etc., all the key pieces that many people miss, the strategy is completely different than what we originally thought. It's exceptionally better, but it could be different. And that's the power of being able to have collective minds. And not just collective minds of anyone just throwing out an idea, you know, collective minds of people who have experience and knowledge and who are very creative as well. I call this the ROI funnel. Basically, return on investment funnel. The goal is to put $1 in and get $1 back. So we can at least, that's the first goal, is to try and get that to be breaking even. Sometimes we're not going to be able to get it to break even, right? Sometimes this lower barrier product is the feeder to build the database so we can then go and sell. So there's this funnel, the ROI funnel, and then we have simultaneously what we just call a direct funnel, which basically it's an exact duplicate, but it's a different funnel. The reason being is because we don't want to send any other traffic to this page, only through our ads, so we can actually directly correlate that traffic. Does that make sense? Yep, so we've got two funnels. We send direct traffic there, people go to their actual website, which they've got as well, YouTube, links, they can all end up directing through this, instead of sending everyone through the same place. It's been a very, very challenging month. I've learnt certainly a lot more about myself. One thing I'm extremely optimistic about and I love seeing is, you know, that the team's coped extremely well without me being around as much. You know, because I've been in and out like a yo-yo. It was my birthday as well. The funny thing was, it was my birthday and then the day after was our wedding anniversary for me and Emily. We haven't even celebrated that yet. We haven't, because that day was the day of my grandfather's funeral on our wedding anniversary. Thanks, Pops. So there's been a number of things that like have happened, and one even like my birthday. I mean, and again, I'm not like a huge birthday type person. Some people take days off work for it. I don't get that. But it was literally to the point where I forgot it was my birthday, and because I was too busy trying to sort all these things out. But it was good to be able to walk back in and you know, the team were there, and Emily went down, got some pizzas, and so we got to share a slice with the team. Happy birthday to me. Thank you very much. To buy my own pizzas.
Happy birthday to you! Yay!
It's the small things that count for me. I'm not a man where I need to be taken out on a private jet to Sydney for the night, to have dinner over the Darling Harbour, to go, wow, that was an amazing birthday. Like, that in itself, just, you know, even sitting down for 20 minutes, honking back a couple of pieces of pizza, that's all I needed. So the small things count.
So my win for the week was having a really positive conversation with a potential enterprise client that we sat down with on Wednesday. It certainly maps with the aspirations that we have for the business to be, you know, up with the big brand names and really delivering world-class results. So for me, that was an indicator that we're on the right path and that there's plenty more exciting times to come.
As Damien said, meeting with a potential very large enterprise client in the travel space that wants to take on some of the big multinational big boys in that travel space, like your Booking.com and your hotels combined and everyone like that. You know, and they've come to us because they said, you know, there's only one agency that, when we thought of who do we need to actually execute, we thought of you guys. So the fact that we are starting to create a reputation in this industry, being such a young company, usually it takes years. You know, a real highlight for me is working over the past couple of days, I'm finalising on Monday, our application for the Industry Awards, Social Media Marketing Institute. So we're going to be putting our hat in the ring for a couple of different categories there. So that's exciting. You know, and obviously when I go through and all the qualifications and all the questions and everything that you need to submit, one of the sections was commercial success. So I had to write out all the things that, you know, demonstrated and highlighted our commercial success. And what exciting for me was to write out everything I could think of and then go, oh my God, I forgot about this. Oh my God, I forgot about that. You know, and each of these things that I forgot and then remembered would be the highlight of other agencies in a 5-year period. So for me to get to put all these things down, and we've been in business for 9 months, has just been, you know, an amazing sort of journey for me. Because sometimes it's so easy to go, right, you know, we have big clients now, let's get even bigger client, or we're growing the team now, let's double the team. And sometimes it can be easy for us to, you know, not stop and smell the roses, always be thinking of the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So it's nice to go through things like this, you know, unintentionally and be forced to really think about it. That was absolutely a highlight. You know, we started to set up for 2 new clients this week. We're starting to set up for 2 new clients next week, and we greenlit another 2 new clients today. That's always exciting, and what's more exciting is the fact we're doing it. We haven't even started our own marketing yet.
Yeah, as a business looking to evolve, looking to grow, become the #1 digital marketing agency in Campbell Media Group's case, it's always good to have accolades, and it's just another really great way to be able to showcase, what you can do as a company, what you can achieve. It makes it easier for people on the outside looking in going, 2018 social media business of the year, cool. Well, that sort of similar to the conversation about Facebook fans and Facebook likes is, it adds credibility. So we're always looking to go, where can we add another level of credibility to Campbell Media Group? And, in the instances, a lot of it's obviously initially come from what I've been able to personally achieve in the industry, and now it's fantastic to be able to see that we're achieving even better results now as a business where I'm not as involved. Either makes me sound worse or really good because now the team's doing it. Look, it's always nice to be acknowledged, and we're always trying to be active and on the forefront and putting the front foot forward to be recognised where we believe we could be.